prettier.
Yeah, and even then, we've got to like scale down the stream to 720 max. Like, if you run it at 1080p, it's gonna
Nobody
show
can
that
watch
it's
it, basically.
pretty. Well, yeah, some of us can, but when you do get to see that, like that source, and again, you need to make sure, like, if I don't think we have any settings, I don't see them popping up on Twitch right now.
No, we don't.
But if it does give us encoding, you want to hit source. Right now, there's a really big issue that Twitch has even acknowledged that there's a degrading of the graphics on streams if you're not watching in source. So, yeah.
All right, so we'll balance, and it looks like Michael decided to join us along with Project Basco.
Project Basco, that scares me.
Just
Yeah.
Is it a Basco only account? Is that?
Well, I mean, there's the hunter
Please.
role, so he's asking mind if I jungle, so
Yeah.
I respect the politeness.
Yeah, no, that's a big deal. Well, I mean, he did just watch Dragain rip through the jungle, so he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Did you want to do that again? Or?
that's why he's asking.
Yeah,
But you know,
no, Michael's in game, so we're not rated M for Michael tonight.
no, it is only rated
when he
M for
joins
Michael
us.
when he's in the casting booth.
When things go downhill quickly. Oh,
Thanks for the
God.
follow, TG Carbini.
You
Looks
think
like
my
they'll be...
puns are bad now? Wait until Michael gets in
Oh
the
my
casting booth with
God.
me.
You know, the funny thing is, both of the Michael casts that we tried to upload to YouTube took multiple attempts.
Yeah, because YouTube kept rejecting them.
YouTube was like, whoa.
Oh,
Nah, bruh.
You
We're not
can't
letting
do
this
this.
pass.
Yeah, you can't do this. That's not allowed on YouTube.
Tube.
We're like, no, it's okay. It's okay. Shh, shh, shh. Have another drink. Shh.
Like, this is still rated M. Like, no matter
Yeah.
how many drinks you get. It's
I
like,
don't even know. It's
we
bad.
don't know,
Yeah, it's
YouTube.
So we're seeing actual like pair of real true supports here, Sakari and Diana coming out, and no AD carry.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Oh no,
that
Voklu
magic-
AD carry. There we go. That's what it is. Right.
Yeah,
That magic
yeah.
damage, though,
Yeah.
is gonna be
I think-
ridiculous.
Yeah, Michael actually might have a chance here.
He might.
As a carry. He might not suck so bad this time.
Well, I don't know. I think Lukeatmenao just steals all the kills and steals Michael's glory, so we're okay there. We don't have to worry about it.
So, Badger MD, I assume you went to Badger Medical School to get that, since it's after your name. When is the tournament going to begin, and when will they be streamed? The Sick Note Invitational, I will look that up for you really quick. I'm pretty sure it
I will be
starts on
gravely
Saturday. I want
disappointed
to
if
say
you
2
do not
p.m.
win for me.
is usually the time when all tournaments tend to start. Yes, 2 p.m. Eastern. We don't yet know, or I don't yet know. I haven't seen an announcement of what stream it's going to be on. So it could be on the official Wasteland Games channel. It's hard to say. I would say just make sure that you either follow us or follow
30 seconds
Wasteland
until
on
the
Twitter, or
expendable
follow
dopes
us on Twitter.
arrive.
I have a feeling we will probably host them that day, no matter who they put it on.
Oh, for sure.
Here, so you can always come here to try to see it. Like, it's all about promoting that esports stuff. I think we forgot to do that last time, but we're gonna start doing
Oh
that.
yeah, for sure.
whenever
Cinni
people have
half
tournaments.
health already.
People know that's what they need to be seeing. That Sakari on Sakari action's pretty cool.
Oh,
Normally I
high
would say
fiving.
hot.
Ooh.
Normally I
All
would say
around.
hot, but it's Sakari, so they're just chilling.
You know what? That's
Chilling.
crazy
Dopes
though.
on
I
the
mean, this is
field.
only
Well,
that was a
more
level
than they
1 Sakari
were.
exchange. Just imagine if she had like 2 abilities. That would be like that would have been a very different fight.
Oh yeah, I mean, it helped too that Volok
Goodbye,
was in
Masco.
there.
Yeah, that's
More death.
the Lectus was
puppets.
delicious.
I grow bored.
That's what they're saying right now.
Uh,
Relic, do Shapers still talk with each other? Yes, they do. It's right
yeah.
when you first it's about 30 seconds in. It's usually 30 to 45 is going to trigger their conversations. It's whoever they're standing with in lane or whoever they're laning against, and it's only if they have like actual lore interactions.
Garwar.
Yeah.
Have you seen Zeri's loadout?
Ares loadout. Let's
Is
take a
that
look at it.
something I'm allowed to look at? She's not great. 16% haste, 10% movement speed. So that's, yeah.
Zeri with
Got
the
it.
rotatos.
Gotta go
Jeez.
fast.
Is it a graffiti Zeri skin? Hold on, let me go see. No, it's not.
Nah,
I was gonna say, that's exactly what I'd want if I was graffiti Zeri and running from the law. Like, I want that percent haste and movement speed loadout. just so I can get away. We still need to know what happened in the Bandit Hustle. Come on, wait.
Yeah, we do.
I
Come
know,
on.
right?
I want the Chronicles to come back. That's coming back next week, I think. The 17th.
TM.
Yeah, the 17th. So next Friday. Right before the race to the gate. Gee, I wonder if they did that on purpose.
I don't know, possibly. Although Michael just eating all kinds of ice lances because he likes getting harassed around by Sakari. That's his favorite thing in the world.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, Dragain, you don't have to
Dragain
tell
and
Michael to
Michael,
get wrecked.
yeah.
He can get wrecked just fine on his own, man. Oof.
Can
Wow.
you see the Sakari loadout? There's 2 Sakaris. The Mortal Side loadout has... Oh, jeez. The
Oh
Mortal
my
Side loadout
God.
has 34% haste, 2.5% movement speed, and 1.4 haste. The Spirit Side has a rainbow of colors and Warden. And when I say rainbow, it's pretty much lots of stuff that doesn't really matter.
Vim
just
for
basically
5,
looks like
really?
Yeah, they threw everything that they'd ever looted into their loadout
Basically.
with Warden, just to see what would happen.
It
It tells me they're going to build a lot of different things.
I can't get behind those. Like, they just don't do anything.
They don't do it for me.
Cinni caught
It's
out
not my
Luke there.
thing.
Lukeatmenao going to jump on a Pyro, though. Ah, a couple more
That shatter
ice
really
lances
gotta be-
would have
gotta be
shattered him.
aware of. What do Kinsu and Kel have in common? They both have ults both have dances with sheep, which is a little odd. I don't know that you really should be dancing with sheep, but both of their dances do involve sheep. Is there something else that Kinsu and Kel have in common?
They both start with
Delectus.
KE.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. So when are we going to get the Keenan Shaper? I think that's all we're missing right now. It's got to have the Keenan and Kel lane. Yeah, absolutely. Uh-oh. Cottontail, see ya.
There he's going down.
Not sure if that ward was worth it.
No. Jerry went down on like her Rule 34 picks. Oh, wait. Never mind.
No, we're not talking about her.
Oh man. She's 16, bro.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
legal in
And which
some
is
places.
scary that was the first Rule 34. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a lot of harass going back and forth here. Pyro's played Glad Decian lane so many times that you cannot underestimate him. I mean, Viridian kind of needs to dive in on him to do anything, but with Viana sustain and Pyro's kind of lockup, there's no way. I don't think there's any way this is going anywhere right now.
Well, I mean, in general, you don't dive Desecrator, and you don't dive Viviana.
Look at that
You have both of
damage.
them in the lane. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, and they'll be fine. Give them like 15 seconds and they'll be full again.
Okay, qSoonish. Wow. Almost tried to
Yeah, Doom
jump on
score.
Michael there. He was thinking about it.
That is exactly it, Doom score. Kensu, like the long-running joke there is that Kel came out with that dance a long time ago. He was one of the originals. And was always batting that sheep around the world. And Kensu, living in another part of the world, used to see it fly over him all the time. And now that he's in the Dawn Gate, he can shoot it down. So it is hilarious.
It's just, the part I can't figure out is, why does the arrow cause it to come down if it's already flying at a velocity that's arcing it over the world?
Because it's a shaper arrow. I don't know.
I
It
don't
just does. What I want to see is that I want to see some kind of interaction between, as we see a fight here break out. Hold on,
Oh,
Basco
yeah,
and Basco action in the top.
Basco
And
on
they just
Basco fighting
run
Basco
away.
on Delectus? What?
They're like, no, we want to hear your story, so we're gonna stop fighting.
Okay.
B-ball Duncan. Okay, so my theory for the sheep coming down is that Kensu hits it just perfectly with enough force. Iceberg's
To
coming
cancel
out.
its trajectory.
Yeah,
There you
just
go.
cancel it and it just drops.
Math. Math
There you
is
go.
real, folks. Math is real.
This grade school math worked out for me.
So no, what I would like to see is some kind of interaction between Kensu and Kel in a lane where Kensu like recognizes the sheep, and I'd also like to see when Kel is using the Altai Guardian skin in a game. I'd like to see Kensu's dance chain to shoot the cat out.
Oh,
of the
that would be
sky.
awesome.
I mean, it's little things like that that just get me in a game, like to pay that kind of attention, and I'd love to see that at some point.
And I'm totally, like, I definitely believe that Waystone can be doing these things, because, like, they have so many interactions between all the characters that it's just
Yeah.
amazing.
I think it's just a time issue, you know? Like, you can't
Well, yeah, because the animators need some
focus
time
on it up a bit as there's a team fight. Well, there's so many things that they're working on.
Here we go. Lukeatmenao uprising
Oh,
in,
that
but
uprising. And another
reset
one.
once and
That's
get
a dead
two
center.
for
Are you
it.
dancing now, my mortal puppet?
Wow.
Hello.
And goodbye, Zero. Oh, good dispel.
Ooh, that dispel.
But
gonna be in trouble
Delectus
here, though.
looks
He's
in
only
big
level
trouble
5
here.
right
But
now.
that 2v3 is going to jump in, stun up both. QSoonish will pop the damnation. But he's not getting enough health back from this here. Dragon's going to drop down the icebergs and support, try to slow down Basco. Oh, jumped right into the iceberg. But I think we still get QSoonish anyway. Michael
This
shooting
peel
over
from
the wall.
Dragane is great.
No kidding. But here's the thing. Oh, now he's going to go down. And now QSoonish is going down
Yeah.
to Michael.
I added depth and depth.
Unfortunately, he ran out of the resource, I think, for the slows.
Uh,
So he had
he
to
ran
shatter
across.
finally, and it just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough to kill him.
In my opinion, I think that he probably could have gotten that shatter off a little bit earlier onto Delectus, and that would have, when he had more stacks on there. I just think that he was trying to be a little bit more greedy, and then he missed it. Missed one of them, and then he realized how many
I bet that
stacks.
was
he
Oh,
had.
not
kill shot
enjoyable.
living up to its name.
Dang. Terrell Torpedo says the in-game audio is a little too loud. So
Okay, I'll turn it down. That's totally fine.
I mean, God, our conversations are so much more important anyway.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Okay. That
So
should be
Vinny
better.
versus Pyro game fight going on here is like two people slapping each other in lane.
It was too
Spirit's
tall
gonna come in and
anyway.
actually take.
Oh my
the,
gosh,
first
Basco
one.
two-man stun down, but I don't know. His team is just too far away to back up this, and they don't really have much damage. They'll get Michael, but that's all they're gonna get.
That's,
Yeah.
you know, that's what they needed. They needed to come back in. They're behind. Well, actually, no. I guess the Spirit side's a little behind, but with that binding's going to help give some global vim to the team. So
Someone die and I missed it?
we'll see. I mean, you would expect this. You would expect the team that has the only range carry to be able to siege those bindings better, and they have pushed one down. So let's see if they can turn that into some map dominance.
And something else we haven't talked about yet. If we look at the Mortal team, both the Gladiators are melee. Volok and Desecrator.
We have misplaced one.
No, so they can sit there and farm pretty well, especially with the way that works, where you can miss some CS and then just still.
And
pick up
oh,
some
the
money.
duress
Oh!
coming down, and that has to blink. That blink wasn't there, she was dead.
Yeah, for sure. I'm curious to see how what Michael's gonna build on Kensu. Like if he's gonna go for something a little bit more tanky, or if he's just gonna go for more damage.
I mean, ideally he needs to just build true like auto attacks, siege from the back line, because he is the only one in the game, so he can truly shine if he does that. They're gonna go ahead and start off the Parasite here. Am I clicking on? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So the Parasite's doesn't have a lot of health. Of course, they don't have a ton of damage, but it's sitting at 6,200 health at this point, level 11 in its first
But you saw how
stage.
much damage that Shatter did with the spatter.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That was
Promising
ridiculous.
start.
And in that kind of situation, Zeri was actually helping by throwing a spatter down on the Parasite. Not really something you want to do.
Like the cool thing about the Shatter too is it just does so much damage that you can actually out vanquish the junglers.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you're allowed to sit there and stack it up, it's actually better than the Vanquish every time. The problem is then you have no team fight. There's a Void Breaker that doesn't really do anything.
Oh,
Uprising onto him, and that's going to get a result.
but maybe
Oh, but
not.
they got an Uprising from behind.
Avalanche down on the Lucky. He'll go down. Yep, got him.
Such sharp little claws.
But oh, Lukeatmenao's
Pyro
gonna
get
take down
1v1.
Pyro. Oh.
Spirit side's turning this around.
Yeah, they are. Well, Luke's sitting there now with an aggression, which is going to help him do that damage, regardless of whatever Pyro decides to build. Pyro went damage himself, though, with that decay, so potentially going for that that Mage Desi, which just can melt people late game.
Oh my God.
See.
I think we saw one earlier
See if it gets
last
that
week.
far.
There was a Desi that he had like decay. He had like all power. He didn't build any haste times at all. He had like 500 power and with exceed up, and it's like 20% of somebody's health a second just standing in Death Fog. It was ridiculous.
It can be. The thing is you've got to have the tanks to be able to keep you alive. Otherwise, you get dove and you're dead.
Well, not only that, you got to have the tanks to keep the people in the Death Fog too. So.
Right. Jimberjangers, what do you think about? I mean, they just made a lot of changes to duress, and yet here we are seeing it one on each side still. Is it just a holdover, or do people still like it?
No, I think it's a good choice. I think that it was too overpowered. It was just too useful, and that duress proc was just too devastating, like for a target. Because like it would just stack on top of each other. Like they reduced the haste down by 5, which is all right. But I still think that it's a great item to have. It's just not as good to stack, 2 or 3 of them.
Well, and they also took care of the abuse case that was coming in with Fate, because you could really abuse that Fate. And goodbye, Lukeatmenao. I think you were so good, sir.
This kitten
Yeah,
is
goodbye.
trying to impress me.
Oh,
Great
agree.
death fog placements.
yeah, that's
Here's the
only
case where their lack of ranged poke keeps them from finishing that off. You just can't commit melee under a binding, even after you've killed them and got them low.
Yeah, nice thing about the Mortal team, if they get on top of the Spirit team, they win, basically. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
that's all there is to it. Can
But
Spirit
the
team
Spirit
fight?
team does have a great peel team.
True.
So
Yeah.
it's just, I think they need the team fights. Right now they're still in that kind of skirmish phase.
There's
the
the
Void
Void
Breaker
Breaker.
through their own Sakari walls, though,
You
wasn't
can
it?
do that.
Right, but they blocked themselves off.
No. It was
No, that was a
It was
blue
Mortal
wall, so
Sides.
that was their game.
Oh, that was Mortal?
Yeah.
Did he put them up after the Void Breaker? Because shouldn't you be able to Void Breaker through it and run through it? Because they couldn't.
That bug might
so
still be
confused.
around then.
Yeah,
it was close on the timing, because I couldn't really tell.
that was unfortunate.
Yeah. Because if that was the iceberg after the Void Breaker, that was an amazing
good
play by
job.
Dragon.
I think we'll just go with that.
Yeah, let's just
For
say
the
that
moment.
happened.
Yeah, because I said the other way would be a great play by Mykiel, and well,
Well, not really, because it didn't result in anything. So they're going to try to commit here.
Oh, that duress.
Vasco, this is a 4v5. The Spirit side is hiding their assassin, but he's been seen by
Yeah, but
Ward
he's
now.
spotted. Alright, well, looks like... Wow, are they going to go in on this? Well, the problem is... Ooh, where's the initiate? Where is the blink exsanguinate coming from Viana? Come on. Come on, Lucky. I know you want to do it. Oh, Jane got caught a little bit there. Here comes the avalanche down onto Lucky, and what's going to happen from here? There's exsanguinate down onto Cinni, but not much happens from that, and they fight each other a little bit, and nothing happens. Come on, guys. Really?
Well, they're waiting for their Basco to get there. You got to remember, the Mortals team was 4v5 in that. He's finally
Oh, and
showed
here
up. He's
comes
gonna go in the
Basco's
back.
two-man stun on the back line.
There's one down.
to
There's two down.
I think the Electus will be next.
My mortal coven.
No, Blink. Go back. Oh, it follows it with the
Uprising.
Uprising. Very good.
Picks that one off as well.
Adore this kitten.
But he's
Now
underneath
they just need
Divining
to find
Powers.
Meridian.
Catching
You got it.
now.
In mine.
And here comes Basco. Will they get him?
You have my undivided attention.
Oh,
Yeah, he dies
they
to the
got
drain.
Imagine me on your shoulder.
But oh, good
dying
blink away
to
from
the
the
binding.
shatter and gets the kill
Metal.
onto Sakari for the binding.
Dragon.
Dragon actually
More.
he actually just got
Why
executed.
would Idolus make it do
Oh
that?
wow!
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
touched him.
Yeah.
Dang.
No, he didn't get touched that whole fight. He stepped in there, and he did not have enough health to be there.
Wow.
So that was the whole thing. Is the Mortal side was trying to drag that out so that Vasco could actually get there. At one point, he was down like almost in the other Money Pigs area, maybe stealing the other team's buff.
If you're hungry.
And so it took him a long time to actually get all the way across the map. By the time he did, the Spirit side was actually low enough that they capitalized by pretty much wiping all but Lukeatmenao. So
Oh boy, here comes the rush for the Parasite.
it's warded now. So
Yeah.
Mortal side will see this, and they are all up now. Looks like they're just putting down some wards.
That's my spot.
So now we see two Duresses coming out on the Mortal
Oh my
side,
God.
and
Viana
two
by
for the
one.
Spirit side. So we're now up to 4 Duresses in this game.
Oh my God.
Man,
This is.
I mean, at
still a
least it got
holdover.
nerfed.
I'd hate to be
right?
Soonish in this game because Soonish.
But I
This has
think
got to be
it's-
hell for him.
You gotta understand, like with all the, I think it's a good pick out of the Spirit side to get a bunch of them, not necessarily out of the Mortal side.
Yeah.
Oh, look at
Goodbye,
this.
Project Vasco. But wait a minute,
No,
they're
he's
game with the
fine.
godlike walls to come in. Avalanche goes down. What's going to happen from here? Here comes
Nothing.
Soonish. Oh, Soonish comes in. And here's the cleanup crew. Michael come in.
There we go.
Oh, great Avalanche down, picking up 3 on that. Basco should go down to
Basco's
Zeri.
going down now. Yeah.
Oh, man.
They think they can harm.
And the combination of
chased
the
the wrong
iceberg
person
blocks
there.
away. Yeah.
They needed to all go in. Basco actually lived. How did he live? He
I
didn't die
don't
to
know. I
Zeri.
guess Zeri didn't turn around and right-click him.
Yeah, Zeri should have been their target there. They're going to pick up this binding finally.
Yeah, it looks like it. Soonish just
It
gonna
was
smack
merely
it.
a scratching post.
Now they need to move over and take that well.
And looks like they are going to do that.
Sideline.
But Soonish looks like he got caught out by Viridian. There we go. Deep Rise into the middle of the team, and down he goes. Duress just to make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
See, and that's one of the things about this team is they don't have a lot of ways to initiate. But that Viridian ultimate is how they initiate. They pick one person, pull him back into their team, and then kill him.
Whereas on the Mortal team, you know, you got... Well, I mean, you got the Avalanche, too, on both sides. That's pretty decent initiation if you can get that landed correctly. But, you know, you've got Vionic, Sanguinate, you've got Basco just jumping in, you got Desecrator who can go in and lock people up, so... Mortal team has a lot of options.
The only thing with Desecrator, though, is that he is going a little bit more mage. So he is squishier, so he's got to be a little more careful with those initiates.
Well,
So
he did pick up a Freedom. I guess he doesn't want to be duressed so much.
Yeah, that's a good choice. I'm a big fan of that. Pretty much any case where there's crowd control.
yeah, me too. It's solid. And
The-
the momentum or stability is like they're just great
Both are
choices
great.
either
Yeah,
way.
both of them are good. You can't go wrong really with either choice in just about any game. As a defensive item, like just.
Uh-oh,
those two
Basco
are, like,
jumps in the
just
middle
great
of
items.
4, and goodbye,
Oh, that
sir.
Void Breaker didn't do anything.
No, sure didn't, but here comes Pyro to disengage, and somehow Basco survives this blink out. But, yeah, nothing
Yeah,
happens.
Project Basco hit his Blitz right after the Avalanche wore off, and that's when the Void Breaker hit, so there was just nothing that was going to
Mortal
do.
puppets grow sleek and fat.
They get that
It was a
well.
very well timed.
Oh, good Avalanche, gonna pick up 2. Here comes Soonish coming down to chunk down Cinni. Michael will be next, and they should be able to get this binding off this.
Yeah, Soonish has a Destruction and an Ambition. Destruction you don't normally see on a Volek, but because he has to be the damage, it's
Oh, sure.
working out really well.
And Project
Basco
Basco looks
getting
dead.
really low.
He's got an
Never mind,
inevitability.
he's got his team with him.
I love this. I love Project Basco right now. Running the inevitability, being that just CC bot for his team. Like when that thing applies, nobody's going anywhere. Like, and it just sits there the whole time. You can reapply it over and over and over again.
And it's got good synergy with his glory too, because that'll just increase the damage from that. And then, of course, you know, he already burns everybody around him with Unbreakable too. So it's just, yeah, I'm seeing the build. I'm liking it. Luke, you're not gonna go over and steal that. That's just not gonna happen.
I mean, if you had Vanquish, maybe another story.
Promising start.
And that's how you use Sakari walls to protect your team. Just drop 1 in the top, 1, 2 in the bottom. Nobody's coming anywhere near it. Not that the Spirit side was anywhere close, but
Right.
great use. The Mortal side is really just kind of out-leveling the Spirit side at this point. They're a couple levels up on all of them across the board. And that's going to translate into just both base stats as well as items.
Looks like
Like, and they're,
oh, go ahead.
yeah, they're also way up on objectives too. Like they've been sitting on 4 wells for a while now, and then they're also 2 bindings up. Along with that, just making them just further in that lead.
It's really odd considering, as I said earlier, that Spirit side is the one with the range carry. It's just not happening yet. Not getting into that flow. Less than 100 CS on the Kensu so far.
Uh-oh, Lukeatmenao catching out Viana. Oh, has to blink. But he'll be fine.
fine.
If he didn't blink there, that kill
Clever
shot would have
little
slowed him up
spirit
enough for
puppets.
that. Yeah, there was no way.
Defend. Protect our hold.
Wonder why the wall placement there. Just want to prevent him from going into the binding, I guess?
Hold them there.
Or maybe just
if
slow
you're
the
trying to
approach
actually
creeps?
get CS, if you're trying to actually get CS, it's also going to keep them from attacking the binding, because they're not going to focus you, they're going to focus the binding.
Right.
That binding's about halfway dead, so... Not like Issue is going to need it for anything else anytime soon.
Yeah, Soonish is absolutely right. He is still insta-givable. I mean, he picked up a growth. That's going to go into a rebirth for sure. So that'll be less problematic. I mean, in fact, he can go back and finish that rebirth right now if he wants to, but the way it's pushed up like this, I don't think he wants to.
Oh, Dragain with the walls again.
Wow, Dragain. What is...
He's just being mean with those.
That fourth one actually just pushed Cinni out. Like,
Yeah.
otherwise he had him like trapped completely in there, and it was just like, oh, here's a little bit of a troll Z.
It's
yeah.
hard.
I mean, if you want to commit that many icebergs to it, yeah, you can lock somebody up for 4 seconds, but is it really worth that many?
There's how you zone people off. You drop that Death Fog. Unfortunately, they didn't have a push to really do anything with it, but he's taking off 6.4% of their health each second with that. So.
Well, and then you add in war with the decay, so another 1.5 to go on top of it, so almost 8%. And actually, now Dusty's starting to get a little bit of penetration. He's picking the oppression. Oh, here we go. Voidbreaker comes in. He'll start the fight, but man, this is a big old mess going on here. Vasco
That
gets a
could
little bit
not have been
saved
present.
by the prismatic vortex. Pyro goes in,
They're
and
not
down he
doing so
goes.
shabbily.
I don't think anything else happens.
Even 1 for 1
Yep.
so far.
But, oh, the binding is not going to happen
I
from that.
believe they
Dragain gets
seek to
just
draw
rushed
my
down.
eye.
Well, I guess
Surge's
Surge
gonna
down.
pick at least Soonish up here.
Oh, yeah,
He's not
Blink from
getting away.
Zeri, and, oh, the spatter misses.
How did that miss?
Oh,
There we go.
Like
1
Bit
for
of
1
greedy
again, though.
power. Yeah,
Like fire.
3 for 3.
That's okay.
across the
They're
board.
going to turn around and collapse on the Vasco. That's not the best choice. He's really strong right now.
But he's jumping onto Michael. He should be able to
Doesn't.
get Michael, maybe, possibly.
No, Michael can get away with the W, which he does. At this point, they're going to want to try to walk him down. That's rough.
Are you as
Oh, he
Yeah.
does get Michael. Jumps back
Kills
on him,
him.
but he's going to give him his life for it. Maybe.
No? We keep saying
No.
that, but...
Dreams were had.
and lost.
Oh, man.
I was going to point out, actually, the Decay, for those at home, Decay does 6% of the target's maximum health, so it actually adds right on top. And it's going to do 12% total of people's health with Death Fog.
Right, but it's over 3 seconds, so
Yeah.
you got to
But
split
still.
it up.
You're going to figure that he's not going to stand in it for long. You're going to get that. Like, if you're not going to sit there and stand in Death Fog, if you're standing in Death Fog, you're kind of not smart, right?
Well,
Like,
either that or
you're going to
just
be in it for a
so
second and get the
locked
hell
up.
out.
Yeah.
So even in that second, you're going to lose 12% of your health just because of the Decay with that one tick of Death Fog.
Well, at least Spirit Team is getting some wells back. I mean, this is not going to be a whole lot of money for him from the bounty, but it'll help him get some passive income back.
Such greedy spirit puppets.
Speaking of that, let's go through some items since,
Set your
you know, we
anger.
actually have a chance to do that right now. Sakari, we've got Prosperity, Duress, Discipline, Will, and a couple of times coming out from Dragain. The Rebirth was finished on Soonish. She's got a Pain to go with it now, too. Viana, that's lucky. We've got Pestilence, Duress, and Devotion. Just pure support there. Vasco, Project Vasco, 2 Freedoms of Form to go with his Inevitability and Glory.
Going this way.
And then we've got the good old Mage Crater with Nevermind. We might see a fight coming out here soon. Using his new items to do